Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Mike's Motors. Today, I'm going to be trying to strip the heads down, get all the valves out, studs, all that stuff, so I can get these taken to the machine shop and get them cleaned up. As you can see right here, I already have 3 valves out. Well, you may not can see it, but I already have 3 of the valves out. So I tried to do a video yesterday, and wouldn't you know, the very first one that I started, it just was stuck and it would not come out. So I moved on, and hopefully now I've got a feel for what's going to work as far as getting them out. Also, this tool is complete garbage. I keep having to bend it every time, like after every use. So there's that. The other one that I had, it's a C-clamp style. The freaking clamp just kept bending, so it's useless. So I'm going to move you over here. Hopefully we won't have any more stuck ones, and I'll show you how I got them out, and then set up a time lapse and just do the rest of them. All right, I'm gonna get you set up. Okay. So obviously what we have to do here is we have to compress this spring so that we can get these little collets out that hold the retainer. I don't know how well you can see that. We got to get those out so the retainer will come out so that we can then drop the valve. So what this is supposed to do is grab onto the spring, compress the spring, and then that way you can pop them out. What's happening with this first one, the collets are just stuck, and I don't know, I've got to figure out how to get those out. What I did last night before I went in was soak all of these, or like spray them down with degreaser, so hopefully that'll get in there and eat that grease, and I won't have those problems anymore. But who knows, may end up having the same problem today. So anyway, stick this on the spring. What I'm going to do is go ahead and tighten it down and wait for it to compress all the way, or as much as this tool will allow, because this is not a great tool. This was like 13 bucks on Amazon. That's what I get for buying cheap tools, but you know, if it works, even if it is a pain, you know, if it still works, then it works. Okay, so I've got that compressed about as far as it will go. Obviously the valve has dropped a little bit because there's no spring tension. So what I'm going to do is flip the head up on its side. Hold this in so hopefully it won't pop off. Take my brass hammer. Don't want to do this with a hard hammer, but I'm going to take my brass hammer and just... Let's move that stuff again. Obviously you can see like this just came off, so anyway, grab this and tap that valve in, and then flip it back over. Okay, so this one is wanting to go back in, so anyway, don't tell me we got another stuck one. This one may be stuck as well. So you know what? We're just going to move on down the line. I'm actually going to flip this one around. Actually, no, I'm not. So I'm just going to go ahead down here to the very end. Try to get on this one. Flip it over. The valve has snuck out some. So okay. So now I am going to turn this over to where I can hold the valve from underneath, and just lovely.
A few moments later.
Because I really need to be able to hold this. Okay, they did start coming out. Now if it can just Alright, there's one. Come on out of there. And two. And I just dropped it. Definitely need to make sure not to lose those. So obviously next step is just to loosen it up. So there's our retainer, valve spring, valve stem seal. Obviously we'll get new stem seals. And then there's our valve. So maybe I've got a trick now again. So let's see if we can get the rest of these off. We'll set up the time lapse and we're gonna try to shoot on through it. Alright, so finally got all the valves out of this head. They're out, good to go. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so I do need to remove the rocker studs, but I think I am going to have to get a special tool for that because I did try the method that I have used to get studs out in the past, which is thread a nut on here and then thread a nut on top of it so they lock, and then try to turn the bottom one out. These actually maybe press in, and I've just anyway, long story short, it didn't work. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is get the other head up here so that I can get the valves out of it. I think I finally figured out the trick for getting the things to not be stuck. And from what I could tell, I don't think I bent any valves, so I think we're good to go there. And I'll just have to either pony up and get the tool to get these out, or just have the machine shop do it. So we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and get that other one up here, and then we'll hop back into it. Alright, so finally got all the valves out. Still think I'm going to have to get a special puller for the rocker studs, unless I can figure out something else, but pretty sure it's what I have to do. As far as I can tell, all of the valve guides look pretty good. I don't see any like warping or anything. All of the valves seem to be straight. So all this stuff's going to go in the cleaner, ultrasonic cleaner, and once I get the heads back painted and everything, then I will go ahead and do a valve grind on all of the valves. Other than that, I think that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for stopping by. Stay tuned for the next one, and we'll continue with this build. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.